Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk just a little bit more about my journey. I know a week or so ago I talked about my beginnings and sort of what got me motivated to resistance train for sport, and then of course some of the things that kind of fueled um, my academic, my desire to seek, advanced graduate degrees. But I was talking to a client this morning and working with some young athletes, and so I really wanted to talk about, I guess, sort of those early days. And when I was in high school, the coaches and those sort of you know professionals did not recommend strength training for athletes. For the sport of baseball, they said that if you strength train, you're going to limit your mobility. A term they use or is often used is muscle bound. They sort of frowned on resistance training or strength training or lifting weights. But I remember I had gotten motivated as a youngster to get involved in strength training, and one of the reasons is I was, fairly thin, pretty lean individual, but fairly thin, and I really wanted to get stronger. Right, like a lot of youth, they want to, build some muscle mass and those sort of things. But I also did want to improve my sports performance. So I remember, I kind of dabbled in it when I was pretty young, like 14 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. But I did get involved in strength training at home. My mom bought me a little weight set, and I worked out there. But very quickly I realized that I kind of needed to go to a gym, and so I started going to a local YMCA and working out there. And I really noticed a difference in my physique and my body. I immediately built muscles, muscle pretty quickly, and I got stronger very quickly. Within about 6 months, I would say I had probably tripled my strength. I remember being able to barbell back squat around 300 pounds, give or take, but it was close to that. And I probably put anywhere on from 15 pounds of muscle or so, 15 to 20 pounds of muscle pretty quickly. You got to remember, I was probably weighing about 150 pounds at maybe 6 foot tall, or 5'10" to 6 foot. So I got up to 170 and was very strong at 170 pounds. And so it fascinated me how quickly that occurred. I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was very intrigued about how much different I felt, how much more confidence I had. And if you know anything about youth, that's a time where people can struggle with that. And I felt that my athletic performance was improving, frankly. I was still growing in height a little bit as well, probably 15, 16 years old, but I wasn't much of a basketball player. I didn't play on the basketball team, but I remember after that 6 month period of starting to strength train that literally I could jump. I mean, there's no telling how many inches I added to my vertical leap just by improving, my lower body strength, right? I was being able to squat, over 300 pounds, which I know to a lot of people that doesn't sound like a lot, but for someone who wasn't strength training and then got that strong, there's a dramatic change in human performance and sports performance, which we now know, right? I felt a difference. But then again, some people around me said, "Oh, you don't want to do that. I was a baseball pitcher, and it's gonna affect your ability to throw and your range of motion." And maybe taking up strength training at such an early age and improving that rapidly. I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. But I don't think that it did, honestly, because I'll finish the story here in a second. But so I really sort of quit strength training and focused just on baseball. I finished my high school years. I didn't strength train much, just kind of played basketball, stayed fit for baseball. Then went on and played a little bit at the college level. And then came back home and started studying and wanted to finish my college degree. Again, I always wanted to research and read everything I could about strength training and how can we strength train. I started strength training again, and again rapidly felt the difference in how I felt, building of muscle and losing fat, and all of those things that really I want you to experience. If strength training is something you want to do, and I can't think of a better endeavor to improve your health and your body and your ease of movement than strength training. It's what we know today, and what I know today is that it is the key. But anyway, back to the story. So I started strength training and kind of got involved in natural bodybuilding, and many of you probably watching this video know, and probably I competed and ended up winning the Mr. USA and competed as a WNBF pro. And I would say during those years, it was about 17, 18 years, about around that 11 or 12 year mark, I was teaching in the public school and working with the baseball team. And at that point, I sort of picked up the baseball again and started, playing catch and throwing. And during that 10-year span of really only strength training, I would say I, went from maybe being able to bench press. I use that. A lot of people think of that as strength, but, bench press maybe 150 pounds to being able to bench press over 400 pounds, or chest press over 400 pounds. Went from very little lower leg strength, at 160 pounds, like when I was playing baseball, to now being able to, leg press over 1,000 pounds, and, squat and lunge with, do lunges with, 250 pounds on your body or in your hands as dumbbells. So you could see that I significantly improved my strength during that 10-year period. Did not pick up a baseball really at all. Just went to school, finished school, and then again I was teaching in the public school. But I sort of picked up a baseball and started playing catch with some of our athletes, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I added at least 8 to 10 miles per hour to my throwing velocity by increasing my strength to that degree. I literally, the baseball felt like a little bitty ping pong ball in my hand. And again, I had added, maybe 35 to 40 pounds of muscle in my body, going from 160 to well over 200 pounds, and those sort of strength gains in that period. But again, that sort of made me think, well, I should have been trying to get this strong when I was playing sport. And so now, I went on and have done research and continue to do research, and certainly strength is not the only variable responsible for elite human performance. But it's a big one. If you take an advanced athlete or someone who's very skilled, motor skills are very, very well done and very good, they're good with their technique, and you triple their strength, you've made them a different athlete. And so really all of that really sort of was the beginning of my wanting to investigate and learn and be able to find the most effective ways to strength train really all populations, whether it's the elite athlete or the entrepreneur who wants to make the best use of their time. And so, yeah, that's just a little bit about my story. But those early experiences with gaining that kind of strength and that kind of muscle mass, and really having the fortitude to work that hard, dieting and training, and many of you that know me saw it firsthand. But to be able to experience it in my own life, that sort of improvement, and not that everyone will be able to experience that sort of improvement, but that sort of change in performance from being, adding that kind of miles per hour to my throwing velocity, or jumping higher, or just how I felt, having 30 or 40 pounds more of muscle mass. And look, I don't know, I didn't have a DEXA scan in 1990 and then had another one in 2010 or 2005, but which now we do have DEXA, and we can use DEXA scans. to measure how much muscle a person gains. But when you go from 160 pounds to over 200 pounds, you can pretty much say there was a significant amount of lean tissue mass built, because we know that I tripled my strength. So anyway, that really it fuels my passion today, is to be able to give people the most effective strength training programming that I can give to them, and work with them so they can at least experience a taste of those benefits. If you improve your strength, you improve your muscle mass, you're improving your performance, you're improving your ease of movement or your movement efficiency, and that's for all populations, from the general population to the elite sprinter or the elite baseball player or elite basketball player. All populations can experience it. Certainly, elite athletes, will notice a difference, but even everyday people notice the difference if in their improvement in strength. And it happens in relatively short order, in the matter of weeks if we're on our laser focused program. And look, those training programs that I did 20 and 30, and even, I guess I'm 51, so 35 years ago, we're nowhere close to as well designed as I've designed them today, and we didn't have the access to the information, and all of that, but I certainly experienced dramatic changes in outcomes. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys and talk about why some people wonder what fuels my kind of my drive to keep teaching and keep helping people, and so some people just it may not be their thing, they're just not there yet, and I can't understand that, honestly, because there's nothing you can do for less than an hour a week and produce such significant changes in outcomes. I mean, nothing. You can't go to school and learn in less than an hour a week. You can't do cardiovascular exercise for less than an hour a week and demonstrate this kind of improvement in outcomes. So, but that's really what fuels me is kind of those past experiences, and then I see it over and over and over with the clients that I work with. And if you're willing to put forth the effort and be consistent, consistency plus effort equals the outcome, right? You're going to experience tremendous gains in strength training. So anyway, I'll conclude this video. I've talked a long time. They say if you want to get someone to talk, ask them to talk about themselves, and I guess that's the case with this video. But if you have questions, comments, you want to subscribe, that'd be great. Wonderful. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, I guess, and to get my messages out and my information out. There'll be more strength training content coming in the weeks and days to come. Talk to you soon.